Okay, race fans, we're back here live at the Bank of America 125 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, sponsored by MSRL. So we watched the 51 sponsored the AC Delco sponsored 51 catch up to the field. We're still on the caution here. We're going to go back green. We're at 65, halfway through this race. A little bit better halfway through the race, I'm saying. Watch these guys through the field. They have had a tough time here at this track this afternoon. The car setups, the DHT put on the track, and actually they have come out with a new rule. So if you want to know what that new tire rule is, go on over to SESR and look at their forums and read up on it, and you'll see what's going on. Looks like some of these guys are coming down pit road here to get some tires and fuel and work done on their vehicles. So, and some of these guys stayed out. Let's see who stayed out. And we see the 61 of Dave Christensen and the 51 stayed out. Folks, a lot of times you won't hear us say anything. That's because we're looking at our stats. We have a lot of stuff in this control booth up here we have to look at and make sure everything's running right, running correctly. Sometimes it don't, sometimes it does. That's just the way life is, and it's like racing. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. So we have to make adjustments as well as these drivers on the track. Make sure everything's running as smooth as possible. We definitely had to go into mode 2, and for a lot of people, you won't see the end of the race in the first session, but you'll see it in this race. Unless we have the same technical difficulty we had the first time, we hope for that to go away, and we can be able to bring you a good race to finish this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. As we see some of these guys coming down pit road here this afternoon and try to get their cars tires and fuel. These guys, like I said, pit window is about 23 to 24 laps. These tires are they wear pretty much really they have a lot of wear on them at this track. This track is bumpy, it's rough. Pit road speed on pit lane is 50 miles an hour. So these guys are very cautious to come in and come out under the 50 mile an hour pit road speed, so they don't get a penalty. And they will serve their penalty if they get caught speeding. It's a green light penalty. And if it's severe enough, it's a stop and go penalty. But so far we've had but one speeding penalty, and that was a drive-through penalty. And so they were able to be the lucky dog and get their lap back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon, as these guys get ready to go green here very shortly, as the rest of these guys try to catch up to the package field. And let's see what happens here at lap 67. I think the pace car probably is going to lead them one more lap around, and should be able to start back green flag racing here shortly, as these guys go through the restart zone and cross the coming up on the start finish line here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Stands are packed with crowds this afternoon watching an exciting race. These drivers are bumping and banging and spinning and sliding, and there's been a few slobber knockers out here this afternoon, no doubt about it. Some of these incidents where these guys hit this wall is like you say in the South, slobber knockers that knocks the slobber out your mouth when you hit real hard. But that's what happens here at racing. There's anything, but so far these guys have been able to get their cars in, get them repaired, and get them back out on the track without losing a lot of laps a lot of times. So that's very fortunate. All these guys are veterans. One of these guys has at least 2 years experience under the belt running the Monster Energy Series. That's what we're running here at Charlotte this afternoon. You can see the 88 car of Mike Schreiner leading the pack. Ron Blackwell, I think Ron is second. He is second. Dave Martin's third. Dave Christensen's fourth. Val Witchers has worked his way back up to fifth. Gary Madu is in sixth. Kiss sponsored Chevrolet. Jack Martell in that 03 Chevrolet is sixth. So showing Gary in that is in seventh now. So evidently there's been a little change of plans. And rounding out the top of them is that 51 AC Delco Chevrolet. Here to go, folks. Green flags drops and they're back to racing. Here at lap 69, we watch Mike Schreiner, that 88 Chevrolet, take the lead. Out of turn two down the back. Laying the rubber to the mat, no doubt about it. Watch the second place car, Ron Blackwell. He's about a second 1.7 seconds behind him. Dave Martin is about 1.3 seconds behind Ron Blackwell. Ron is running second right now. Doing everything he can to hang on to that 55 Chevrolet. Stay in that group. See the rest of the pack right there. Keeping banging and sliding a little bit. They're continuing on. Watching that 163 Chevrolet of Gary Madu. See what he does. Let's stay with Gary just a little bit and see what kind of performance we're getting out of his car this afternoon. Charlotte Motor Speedway. Gary takes the low line around the 73 car of Dave Martin for the season. Gary's back up to third now. Gary got the lucky dog, and he's happy about that, getting the lead, getting the lap back, so he continues to lead lap. A little bit of door banging there between him and the 73. It looks like Dave got into the wall there in that 73 car a little bit. He's backing up behind Dave Christensen. Gary continues to run his car hard. He is right on the back bumper of Ron Blackwell. Ron dives down the bottom of the block. And it's like, we got a little contact there between Gary Madu and Ron Blackwell. Gary backed off a little bit and gathered his car up a little bit. And he's trying to get this thing, trying to get him straightened out here. As Gary keeps right on, Gary just boogies right on around Ron Blackwell. Right now, running in third position. Car a little bit high there. Down the back strip. Trying to run down that 64 car of Dave Christensen. Hang behind that 88 car of Mike Schreiner. So we'll see how it plays out. Watch this 73 car of Dave Martin here as he recovers from a little wall banging. And running across the trial where he is getting pretty close to Gary Madu. He's got a little payback in mind. That little incident that I'm pretty sure he's racing. They say rubbing is racing. They were rubbing. They were racing. So racing is intention of putting one another out. We see Ron Blackwell in that 55 Chevrolet running fifth up behind Dave Martin. Ron's running pretty good this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ron just did a bit. He runs through that track. He wants to dive down to the bottom and get that car stick. He gets teeth. Run down the back stretch. We got a spin on the back there. I think it was, yep, the 51 AC Delco has spun out and brought another caution out here on lap 75 here this afternoon at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Like his car just broke traction. I don't think he's got too good grip on that, that steering, but maybe having some problems with that suspension on the front end. That's why he did what he did. But trying to catch up to the rest of the field here. Caution is out here at lap 75 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon here at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. I want to thank some of the camera guys and crew around the field for bringing you the pictures this afternoon. The view of these race cars as they scoot on around the track. What 88 of my Shriner that wanted to be sponsored Ford. I'm sorry, wanted to be sponsored Chevrolet. Here going falling behind the pace car, that 61 of Dave Christensen in second place. Like Gary may do, he may go down in the pits. I think the 88's going to the pits, 61 going in the pits, 163, the 73. Looked like the 101 stayed out. Looked like the 51 stayed out. So we'll have to watch that 51 and see what kind of strategy he's got up his sleeve, knowing that he got some damage from that spin out earlier. He may just come in after this lap and get his tires replaced and gas up and get a little bit damage fixed. We watched the 101 of Al Woodruff and that 101st Airborne sponsored Ford Fusion here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon here at the Bank of America 125, following the pace car. Val's got a very special paint scheme, kind of partial to. Both of us served in the military, and Val's got the other paint scheme on one of the cars that he runs from time to time. It's a camouflage paint scheme. This one here, as you see, is he's also sponsored. Him and his crew sponsored the Prisoners of War Missing in Action guys who went to Vietnam and never came back and unaccounted for. Certainly a mission worthy of its cause. You got to be a brave man, or you got to be a crazy man, or a woman for that fact, to jump out of a perfectly good airplane 8,000 feet off the ground. So that's the joke that some of the drill instructors used to tell us. You got to be a crazy person to jump out of a perfectly good aircraft with a parachute on. But that's part of learning, that's part of training, that's part of being ready. So we appreciate Val and all the guys out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon who served in our U.S. military and served honorably. Thank you for your service. All those guys out here this afternoon, we watched the 151 in the pits this afternoon. This afternoon as well, we served in the capacity of law enforcement, firemen, firefighters, and EMS, all the emergency services personnel. We thank them for the service. Appreciate what they do, because without them, we couldn't survive, people. Say what you want, do what you want, think how you want, but when your house catches on fire, you want a fireman there pretty quick with a big old water hose. Somebody starts breaking in your house or messing with your cars outside or whatever, you pick up the phone, you want a police officer there or a deputy sheriff there pretty quick to catch them guys and keep taking what you got. You get sick, you don't feel good, your chest goes to hurting or something, you want some guy or girl to come take you by ambulance and give you medication till you get in the hospital. That's what rescue squad personnel is there for. So we thank them for their service. As well as our state highway patrol, they do a tremendous job keeping our highways and roads safe, responding to accidents and getting the accidents cleared up quickly as possible, tending to the injured. Thank you for their service. We see the 51 coming down the pit road again. So evidently he had a little bit more damage than what we thought. As we see the 55 of Ron Blackwell sneak in there in his pit box. Back up front here in the front of the pack with that 88 Chevrolet of Mike Shriner. He's taking over lead. Mike's been pretty dominant this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Bank of America 125. He's had a pretty good car. He's fell back a time or two, but he's always worked his way up front. We're seeing a good showing this afternoon out of that 61 Chevrolet of Dave Christensen. Dave's been a very strong advocate this afternoon, as well as all of them have, really. That Dave has put on us a good show this afternoon with that Cam King sponsored Chevrolet this afternoon. Been a good race. We're right now under lap 79. Or we're halfway. Lap 125 is what we're looking for this afternoon. I know some of these drivers just question, will we ever get there? Yeah, you will. Just keep the wheels on that thing, keep turning left. So. These guys still in the caution this afternoon. The pace car leads them around the trioval here. Coming up on lap 80. With 45 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. We see Mike Schreiner at 88 leading the field, Dave Christensen second, Dave Martin third, Gary Madu at fourth, Val Woodruff fifth, Ron Blackwell at sixth. If you're interested in joining the MSRL League, look them up on the webpage, www.msrl.us. The webpage, the application you can file to become a driver of their league. So it's a fun league. There's no tire rules, no spin out rules. This league is based upon NASCAR. So these guys get out here. If they spin, they try to make it back to the pits and get the cars fixed and get back on the track and try to improve the positions. Good group of guys here this afternoon racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we see the pace car off. Fixing to go green here, ladies, in the restart zone. Guys coming up on it right now. Fixing to go back green here at lap 80. As we see Mike Schreiner, Dave Christensen hit the gas, and here they go. Blackwell back there in that 55, dropping out of that 5 position. We see 61 Dave Christensen up in the wall a little bit. Down, and we see that 163 of Gary Madu taking over that second position and really bearing down on Mike Schreiner. Coming into turn 3 and down to turn 4. As they come out of turn 4 and head down to tri-oval. Gary has really got that car tuned in, and he's lucky to gain that lead back from Mike Schreiner. And Dave Martin in that first position, that fourth fusion, about just right on the rear end of Gary Madu. Big battle at position this afternoon. Dave Christensen, fourth position, right on the back of Dave Martin here this afternoon at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Tough battle here as they come out of the backstretch coming in turn 3 and 4. They're not giving up anything at all, so these guys are just working for everything they can get. I do believe we have another caution, folks. So we've got a caution come out again on lap 83. I forgot who spun here. So you got a little out of shape. Looks like the 03 car of Jack Martell. Had a little incident there on the track. Lap 82. Coming across the start-finish line. That'll put him back up on the lead lap with lap 83 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. Jack may have a little issue there with steering. He's trying to fight that steering wheel as he goes up. Turns 1 and 2. He's taking his time and trying to nursemaid that thing back to pit road where he can get some repairs on it. We're going to see a little bit of difference in this R Factor 2 thing and versus Stock Car Revolution. Stock Car Revolution that these guys ran back a couple years ago. I want to back up here if you don't mind, folks, and just see what I think happened. I think Jack hit that gate at the back stretch to what brought out the caution in just a second here. And I hate to do this, but for those of you who want to see a guy race a race car backwards, here you go. Here's your chance. Other than that, that's about it. So your eye on that 03 car. He comes around turns 1 and 2. He'll go next to that wall. There's a gate halfway down that back street. Jack kicks that gate. Bam, watches the car. Watch that one more time. Watch it again in slow motion. There's a gate entrance in back street. Jack kicks that right next to the wall. That gate set back in the wall a little bit. He got in that hole. And that's the result. Almost turned his car over. 51 AC Delco car was just lucky enough to keep hitting him. And I know Jack Martell went for a wild ride. That was a definite slobber knocker right there. That's almost the same thing we saw here with Jack Martell as we saw with Michael Walker back in Bristol. He hit the gate entrance. Several years ago. That really was a fantastic sight to see. I don't know if you call it fantastic, but it was a sight to see. And how Jack definitely has experienced that this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, but anyhow, brings out the caution on lap 83, folks. We will pause for a station break. We'll be back shortly. Under caution this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Bank of America 125, after Jack Martell hit that open gate. Well, the gate in the back stretch, violent and wild ride he had. Fortunately, he's okay. They have repaired his car. Doing so, he is able to get back out on the track and attempt to finish this race. That was one heck of a ride this afternoon. We saw him take as we coming up on cars here, going down the back stretch. Coming up on lap 86 here, 125 laps here this Sunday afternoon in Concord, North Carolina, Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're glad that Jack's okay. I know that that was one of those instances where we call a slobber knocker. I know Gary's going to have something to say about that. But anyhow, I couldn't figure that out to save my life either, Gary. But I kid Gary a lot. Gary's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. All of them are good guys. They're just they're really hard into racing. They're serious about the racing. They like to have fun, and this is the place to do it, folks. Right here. MSRL. See the racing right here in Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. As we see the pace car leading the pack around the tri-oval coming into turn 1. We still see Mike Schreiner at 88 Chevrolet lead. On the outside is Dave Martin at that 73 Ford Fusion. Kyle Witcher's third. Dave Christensen 4th, Gary Meduse 5th, Ron Blackwell 6th, 51 AC Delco sponsored Chevrolet is 7th this afternoon. So, if he finished the race, that means he'll get the top 10. Pretty much, huh? Yeah, I know it. A little bit, being a little facetious this afternoon, folks. I'm sorry. You're doing these things long enough, and you do them by yourself. As we see the 03 Chevrolet back on the track. Good deal. So he was able to get his car back and get it going. So Jack, glad you got all right there, buddy. That was one heck of a ride. So hope you don't stay away from that ball next time. Then, okay. All right. We see these guys, the pace cars off and getting ready to go green here. Lap 86 coming up on lap 87 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And here they go. They take off. And Mike Schreiner's in the lead. Dave Martin is second. Battling Webb Valve third. Valve takes over second. Gary Meduse takes over third. Dave Martin back in fourth position. They may have a little problem because he's getting past a little bit there. He's a 61 car of Dave Christensen's passed him. Put Dave back into 5th position. So Dave might have had a problem. The reason he fell back like he did. Sixth place position is Ron Blackwell. Oh, we see the 73 car, 61 car. Another caution has come out, folks, here on lap 88. Ron Blackwell just barely snuck through those that little incident right there that we saw. Back this thing up to see if we can see exactly what caused it. Car looks like that Dave Martin may have gotten it back in 61, or the 61 may have just broke traction. We don't know. We'll have to slow-mo here and see what we can see. Dave show right there. 61, no, it looks like the 61. Yep, 73 of Dave Martin looked like maybe he had just tapped the 61 of Dave Christensen. That sent them both flying, skidding sideways, or drifting as these youngsters call it. You see Dave Martin headed to the wall, brings that car around, bumps the wall a little bit. We see the 61 of Dave Christensen down through the grass. Ron Blackwell at 55 car. Fortunately, never get through that. That's all just across the middle car. See, slide around. This happened here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it looks like the 03 of Jake Martell was claimed in that incident as well with the 73 of Dave Martin. So, that being said, the cautions come out here at lap 88. And guys trying to gather their vehicles up. Head to the pits. Pace cars out again this afternoon, folks. We've had so many cautions we've actually lost count. We'll have to wait till about lap 92 to tell you how many cautions we've had so far. But it has been a tough time with these drivers out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. Here at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. We will take another station break. We will be back momentarily, so hang on. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bank of America 125. Where we see the action here on pit road with the 88, Mike Schreiner, coming out of the pits after getting service with his car and several others here this afternoon. So it'll be interesting to see the rest of the field as they make their entrance exit pit road, catching up to the rest of them as we see some of the guys up front there that hadn't made the pit stops yet. The 163 to 51 and the 03. Bottom of the pace car. Looks like the 51 and the 03 is heading toward the pits now. And, we'll take another commercial break. We're under caution here at Charlotte Motor Speedway here at the Bank of America 125. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, race fans. We're here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're under caution. We're at lap 91. We watched the 163 car of Gary Madu in the lead position. Down the back stretch. We used to have a green flag start here shortly here due to an incident on the track. 163 first, 88 second, Mike Schreiner second, Val Witchels third, Tom Blackwell fourth. These cars off. Top five is Dave Christensen. Dave Martin sixth, the 51 AC Delco is seventh, and Jack Martell's 8th. Green flag dropped. We're back to action here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 125 here, sponsored by MSRL. Gary Madu, that 163 Kiss Monster Chevrolet, jumps out in front, takes the lead here at lap 92. Going down the back stretch. Ron Blackwell at 55. MSRL sponsored Chevrolet running second. Mike Runner at 88. Wannabe sponsored Chevrolet third. Now working 101 first ever. Blackwell is running second. We'll take a little bit on the high side of the track. He's been challenged now for second position. Is that 88 of Mike Schreiner takes over the second position. Puts Ron Blackwell back in third position. Coming in the trial. Dave Martin is stroking his car as hard as he can around the front trial. Looks like Dave Martin is taking over the fourth position. Richards is in the fifth position at 61 Chevrolet. Not working in the sixth position. Falls back to sixth. So you can go down across the finish line. 7 at 03. The seventh position is Jack Martell. He's followed closely by that 51 AC Delco sponsored Chevrolet in 8th. Up here the action. Gary Madu still leads races. He's been challenged by the 88 Chevrolet of Mike Schreiner. Come through the trial. He's battle up there between first and second. Mike jumps on the outside just a bit, trying to figure out a way how to get around the 163 car. It doesn't quite make it, but now to go down the back stretch, he's being challenged. Gary Madu does everything he can to keep that 163 Chevrolet out front. They run side by side here. Mike Schreiner runs the high side, gets a good run off that high side. Coming into the trial, it looks like Mike Schreiner's going to be able to pull it off. If he can keep that car on the track. The situation they got, both of them guys running neck and neck. Side by side door racing action here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get no better than this. Gary Madu wedges himself out front. Drops Mike Schreiner back to second position as Mike tries it again. Gets a good run off the high side of the track. Coming in the tri-oval. Both these guys are running side by side. Running for position as they know the laps are winding down here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. They cross the start and finish line on lap number 98. Dave Martin behind them. Third position, watching the battle continue. That number 88, Mike Schreiner, jumps out to the lead. Goes around that 163 car, Gary Madu. And now we see that 73 Ford Fusion with Dave Martin sneaking up on the back of Gary Madu. It's been a good few laps right here, ladies and gentlemen. Running real well. And we see some tough battling right here on this track. They going in the turn to the Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. Thank you, American 125. Mike Schreiner in that 88 Chevrolet. He's put about a 1.6 second lead over that 163 Kiss sponsor Chevrolet of Gary Madu. Gary's doing everything he can to keep that car collected. As we see now, the 73 car of Dave Martin challenging Gary Madu, passing him in the trial for second position, dropping Gary Madu back to third. Dave found him some horsepower somewhere or another. He ain't playing around with him. He's coming over. Gary Madu battles back in that 163 Kiss sponsor Chevrolet. Drops down the bottom side of the track, running door to door with that 73 Ford Fusion of Dave Martin. They coming out of turn 4. Look like they're rubbing a little bit of doors there, but they were able to keep it on the track. Got a little close there, and I believe there was some door handle rubbing there for just a second. We watched that fourth place position, Dave Christensen, that 61 Chevrolet, sneaking up on the back of Dave Martin. They all four running for battle for positions. Coming on lap 102 as we come down to turns 3 and 4. Looks like there's a little bit of a stretch between the 88 car and the 163 car. Oh, we see one going in the grass. Does he save it? Ron Blackwell made the famous Dale Earnhardt pass in the grass. They could come back on the track for trial and save his car. The nostalgia got a hold of me there for a second, but Ron was all down in the grass in the front stretch, and they would come back and great save for Ron Blackwell at 55 MSRL sponsored Chevrolet. He did a fantastic job of keeping that car spinning, bringing out another caution. We see the 88 wannabe sponsored Chevrolet of Mike Schreiner running first, running leading the pack as he comes in turns 4. He's up with quite a good lead there on the second place car of Gary McDougall, about a 3.2 second lead. Gary McDougall, they coming out of turn 2, they're going down the back stretch. They say in Tennessee, that old boy ain't letting no grass grow to his feet. So that's what Mike's doing. He is laying the rubber down to the mat this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Bank of America 125. So we see Gary Madu in that 163 kit sponsored Chevrolet coming out of turn 4. And trying his best to run that 88 car of Mike Schreiner down. Dave Martin at 73 Ford Fusion. Less than a second behind Gary Madu, third. Ron Blackwell, fourth position. As we have another caution, folks, come out on lap 105. Let's see where he is this time. Looks like it may be the 03 car of Jack Martell. Spun out in the corner there, so he didn't hit anything, take the car up, and he's trying his best to catch up to the rest of the field. Jack's had a tough time this afternoon. Some of these drivers out here, the way the cars set up and everything, and Jack, don't get me wrong, Jack's a great driver. Very experienced driver, hits his marks and stuff like that. But when you've got a combination of a bad car set up and you have a situation on the track where that DHT is not doing what it's supposed to do, you get out of line a little bit, it causes you problems. Jack has certainly had his problems this afternoon. But I will say this about Jack. Anybody that went through a horrendous crash like he did earlier in the race and is able to put his car back out here on the track and him being okay, that's miraculously indeed, because Jack is one heck of a race car driver. I'll give him that, I guarantee you. We see these guys going in the pits for service this afternoon. Watching the 51 AC Delco sponsored Chevrolet following the pace car. He will pick up a lap lead this afternoon, folks, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going to gain him an extra 5 bonus points for leading the lap. Under caution, under green, if you lead a lap, you lead a lap regardless. So he's following the pace car this afternoon. Pretty sure he waited, his pit strategy was to wait till all them other guys, he was running in 8th position. So he probably just went ahead and stayed out on the track waiting for them other guys to go into pits and get their service for their vehicles, and then most of them come out, he'll be able to go into pits and get his service hassle-free. As my man Gary says, I think that's what he's going to do here. But right now they're showing him in the 51 car is in the lead lap on the in the lead. So we'll see what he does as they come out of turn 3 and head into turn 4. And I think that's what he's going to do. 51 has jumped off the racetrack and headed down toward pit road to get some trouble in his car. And that's going to surrender the lead to the 73 of Dave Martin. If the 51 peels off and goes down pit road, that's going to put Dave Martin in the lead here this afternoon on lap 106. Less than 20 laps to go, folks. Right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. On this beautiful Sunday afternoon in Concord, North Carolina. I want to say hey to all my good friends over there around Charlotte. Uncle Wheeler, all the guys, his family, great people. Guys over there, Richard Petty, Richard Childress, Chocolate Myers, my old buddy. Say hey to Miss Sharon Petty this afternoon. Spoke to her a lot of times on the phone. Go to her daddy's place over there at the museum, and been over to Daddy's house for an auction a couple years ago. It was a great auction. Had a good time. So it was a good time. As we watch these guys here getting ready to go back green here shortly. Start going to take them around one more time. As we see Dave Martin in the lead in that 73 Ford Fusion this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Sunday afternoon. The sun is going down. You can tell by the track, shadow on the track in turn one is getting deeper and deeper and longer. So the sun is going down. These guys are doing everything they can to keep this race in the daylight. The way it's been going lately on this racetrack, it looks like it may be midnight before they get through, but I'm pretty sure these drivers are realizing they're doing everything they can. The pit crews are doing everything they can to keep these guys going. Checking tire pressures, wedge adjustments, and track bar adjustments, and whatever they need to do, fender repairs, and making sure these drivers will stay hydrated and everything to keep the race going. So we're looking at Dave Morgan in first position, Mike Schroeder in second, Gary Manu in third, Dave Christensen in fourth, Ron Blackwell fifth, Bob Witcher sixth, Jack Martell seventh, and the 51 AC Delco is in eighth position. Here as we come in turn three, coming in turn four here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Bank of America 125, folks. It's going to be exciting last few laps. We come up on lap 109, pace car's off. We're in the restart zone. And here comes the green flag dropping right now. Right, the green flag racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Bank of America 125 this afternoon, sponsored by MSRL. Dave Martin takes that 73 Ford Fusion. Looks like we may have another caution come out. Yep, we're going to have another caution coming out. Yep, caution come out. So and we'll have a run rolling on the backstretch. That was one heck of a ride. So let's see what happened there with Dave. So we're going to spin this thing back just a little bit and see what did happen between the 163 and the 51. It looks like the 170, 163 and the 163 and the 73 got together. And they were just doing racing deals where Gary was racing hard, Dave was racing hard. So like 163 got in the back of the 73, kind of spun, kind of turned him a little bit in fourth pound. They're going down to turn one. 73 Ford Fusion, Dave Martin drops down a little bit lower. And when he did that, sends the 73 car sideways, as well as the 163 car. The 88 and the 55 car are right a little bit higher to avoid it. 61 goes up, keep hitting the 03, and the 163 car is still sliding as he slides up toward the track, toward the top of the track. And as you can see, the 51 AC Delco had nowhere to go. Watched the 163 and the 51, and I mean the 51 did not have time to react and just hammers him in the driver's door and sends the 163 car upside down on the track. And that was definitely a slobber knocker. Unfortunately for, if you can say that, for Gary Madu, he puts his cars back on all fours. And where he can, if he can get it running again and get it back to the pits, that was one heck of accident right there. So anything can happen at Charlotte Motor Speedway as well as anywhere else, but during these racing incidents, they do get spectacular, and this was one of them. So again, 4 cars involved in that. 3 cars sustained damage, so I'm pretty sure you'll see the 73, the 51, and the 163 head to the pits to get their cars fixed. Racing action will continue here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after these station messages. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Bank of America 125. As we're under caution here at lap 111 this afternoon. 4-car incident that happened early on the track in turns 1 and 2. And they've got that all cleaned up, and everybody is going in the pits or gone in the pits and get what little bit of service they get. We see one more car that's going down pit road this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Bank of America 125 brought to you by MSRL, Men's Senior Racing League. You gotta have it on to say Men's Senior Racing League. Does that mean there's some mean guys out there? No, it just means they mean business. That's what it means. But anyhow, thank you for your patience this afternoon, folks. And, welcome back here. We are under caution here as we are on lap 112 here this afternoon at the Bank of America 125. Here in Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Some people say the Charlotte Motor Speedway is the home of NASCAR and all the stock car racing. I like to think so. Until you watch that 101 car of Val Woodruff's in the lead this afternoon. And these other guys will be right with you. Watch Dave Christensen behind no one car. Pace car's off the field, folks, so we're just go back green. In the restart zone, the green flag drops, and here they go. As that 101 of Val Woodruff gets a little loose, but they're continuing on. So we're here at lap 113. Charlotte Motor Speedway, these guys are grabbing every inch of asphalt they can because they know the laps are winding down. Looks like the 101 and 61 got together a little bit in the backstretch. They battle for first and second position. The 101's going to be able to hold them off, I think, as they come through the trial here at 61 in second position. That 55 car, Ron Blackwell, is back there battling the 163 for third and fourth. Looks like they can get turns 1 and 2. So it's 1, 2, 3. Val Woodruff, Dave Christensen, and Gary Madu here in Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. Looks like we may have a little incident. Yep. We're going to have a caution come out there, or did he recover? We'll have to check and see what happens. Yep, looks like the 73 car of Dave Martin was involved in that as well. The 163 car of Gary Madu. So caution is out again here, folks, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This has been one heck of a race this afternoon, with the combination of DHT that was freshly applied and the setups in these cars has been given to these drivers this afternoon has not been the best in the world. But they're making do what they've got. As we watch Val Woodruff in that 101 car, as my granddad used to say, not the 101 car, but that 101 car, leading the field down the backstretch here on that 115 this afternoon at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. And you'll see the Can Kings sponsored Chevrolet. Dave Christian driving around that 61 car, taking second. The MSL sponsored Chevrolet 55, Ron Blackwell third. And here's the see who's coming in this afternoon to take tires and what they're going to do this afternoon. So keep your eye on them, folks, and we'll see the action as it occurs here. With laps winding down here this afternoon in Charlotte, and the sun going down as well. It's going to be, these guys got 10 laps to go, so they know when that green flag drops again, they're going to have to step up their game more than ever if they're going to win a race. So we'll see how it plays out here this afternoon at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We watched Val Woodruff in that 101 car. Ford Fusion in first, Dave Christian 61 car second, Ron Blackwell third, 55 Chevrolet, and the 88 Chevrolet Mike Schreiner fourth. In the pits is the 51 car fifth, sixth position is that 73 of Dave Martin, eighth is that 163 car of Gary Madu. So that's your standings right now, folks. Bank of America 125 here at Charlotte. These guys will know these laps are winding down. Less than 10 laps to go now before the end of the race. So we'll try to keep an eye on the front in the last couple laps of the race, even though there may be an incident behind the front 2 or 3 leaders, or 2 or 3 cars rather, but we will stay with the front first 2 or 3 cars if possible. Trying to get this race. It's been a crazy race this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Beating and banging, slipping and sliding, drifting, sliding, crashing. We see the pace car off. Let's go back to green flag racing here, folks. Just a second. We see an incident on the field already. There's like 3 or 4 cars involved in that. We'll have to go back and see a replay of it, see what happened. Let's back up here to see what happens. Looks like caution has come out again here this afternoon, folks. And it looks like the okay. Well, let's see what happens here. Along with Dave Martin. See what happens with Dave here. Green flag drops. Here we go. And it looks like Ron Blackwell and Dave Christensen got together in trouble, and because of the caution to come out. That's just the way it is, folks. So that's what happened here in lap 117 here at the Bank of America 125 this afternoon. Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Caution is out again. So right now, as it stands, I think this is the most. This race holds the record for the most cautions. I'm thinking it's look at my monitor here, it's 13 cautions about so far for 125 laps. It's been an exciting race, no doubt, to say the least. Trying to get this race wrapped up here with less than 10 laps to go here this afternoon at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This caution is out. Pace car takes the lead of the field. Go up to the 53 car of Dave Martin go by. We haven't talked a lot about Ron Blackwell this afternoon. Let's talk about him. Ron is the administrator for the MSRL. He's the guy to go to if you want to join the league. All you got to do is look it up on your computer, on the internet. And the website address is www.msrl.us. And on the left-hand side of the page, you will see a tab of a bunch of tabs. You'll see cup standings and race schedules and applications and member pages and board of directors and stuff like that. So if you want to join the MSRL Racing League, be sure to check that page out. Hit the application button for the information. We'll get that with you. Been an exciting race this afternoon, folks. A little extended, I'll grant it that, but it's been an exciting race, and seen some great moves, some good battles, some horrendous crashes. Fortunately, everybody's going to be able to walk away so far here at lap 119. Charlotte Motor Speedway here at the Bank of America 125, sponsored by MSRL. We watched that 55 of Ron Blackwell coming out of the pits into the 51. 51's right in front of the 61, right behind the 55. So everybody's trying to get placed, getting ready to go back green here according to race regulations. Pace car's off, folks. Get ready to go green. Fixing to come up on lap 120 with less than 6 laps to go. Here we go. Restart. Green flag racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You see the 101 car out in the lead with that 163 right hot on his heels. Trying his best to make that 101 car make a mistake so he can pass it. 163 car of Gary Madu is definitely hot on him. He wants to lead this race this afternoon, and he gets it, folks. Right down to the bottom side of the track, and he is right now in the lead. We see another car, Ron Blackwell, doing another pass in the grass this afternoon. Is that going to bring out a caution? That's the question. Ron Blackwell in that 55 Chevrolet gets a little damage from that. Look like he's doing a little smoking, so he may have caused some kind of engine damage to his car. As we come to see him watching coming out of turn 3 into 4 and into the trial here in lap 121 as he come up on lap 122 here with only 3 laps left to go in this race this afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Bank of America 125. And caution is out, folks. Caution is out here at lap 122. So if this will be caution number 14. Caution number 14 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon, Bank of America 125. So this has been a tough race for these guys. We are hearing all kinds of radio chatter from these drivers saying that their car is real loose. They have no grip. Once they get out of that DHT, as some of them say, the DHT wasn't spread on the track wide enough. Very narrow margin for them to stay into. Some of them complaining that the track is bumpy, which we know that to be true, but with the track conditions as they are, the drivers are doing the best they can to give the fans the best show possible. And let me tell you something, it has been a show this afternoon. We have seen all types of racing here, stock car racing here at this track this afternoon, door-to-door racing, nose-to-tail racing, fender banging, slamming, sliding, sideways, drifting, dodging, wrecking, and crashing. So you've had it all here this afternoon at the Bank of America 125 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, sponsored by MSRL. This laps are winding down. Folks, it may be that we may have a green, white, checkered race here. We don't know. We'll have to see. See the 163 KISS sponsored Chevrolet, Gary Madu, in second position. And just ahead of him is the 101 of Val Witcher's, who is the leader right now of that 123. Run down the field if the pace car don't go in. We'll see who's in what position. Pace car's going in, folks. We'll be back to green flag racing here at lap 123 as these drivers hit the gas in the restart zone, coming in to try over. Car Gary Madu challenging the 101 for the lead position. I believe that 163 car is going to get him. 163 car jumps out and takes the lead here at lap 124 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 101 second. The 73 of that Dave Martin third. The 88 of Mike Schreiner fourth. The 03 of Jack Martell fifth. They come across start finish line here on the last lap. White flag is out. White flag is out. This is the last lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. We see the 163 KISS sponsored Chevrolet Gary Madu leading the field with Dave Martin in that 73 Ford Fusion second. And that 88 wannabe sponsored Chevrolet Mike Schreiner third. They come across the finish line. It's going to be Gary Madu in that 163. As he takes the win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon, as we see Dave Martin taking second and Mike Schreiner taking third, top three cars. Folks, that's been one heck of a race this afternoon. We want to thank you for joining us here. It's been an exciting race. Some call it the nail biter, I call it a finger chewer, but it's been a good race this afternoon. We've had a lot of mishaps this afternoon. A record of 15 cautions here at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon. Gary Madu takes the checkered flag here and wins the Bank of America 125 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway here this afternoon. Thank y'all for joining us. Gary does a little bit of see if he can do his little butter and burnout there, and victory burnout here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. A hard-fought race this afternoon. That guy has come back from the impossible odds and won another race here. So Gary, congratulations to you, buddy, and to the rest of the guys who hung in there and did the best they could and finished in there. We didn't have no DNFs today. Everybody finished on the lead lap, which was amazing, and it was a fun race to watch. But thank you, folks. We appreciate it. And have a good day.